Thank you for tuning in to Homeschool Homesteaders. Today we're going to talk about growing strawberries. On this hardiness zone map, I live in the state of Minnesota, zones 4 or 3. If you're going to plant plants that you bought from the store in those little containers, obviously they're very easy to grow. If you're going to grow strawberries from seeds or the roots, it's much more difficult. And the ideal growing temps is anywhere from frost to high heat temperature. So strawberries will grow from spring all the way to late fall. And besides the great tasting berries, strawberries are considered a superfood. So very healthy berries that you should grow. When I first started growing my strawberries, I decided to be very adventuresome and I bought these plants. A lot of fellow YouTubers showed how these work without much results. A lot of talking. And when I read the reviews online, this product does not have very good customer satisfaction. A lot of customers complained that nothing grew. So I decided to give it a try. You take it out of the bag, examine them. You do want to read the directions. The directions are in the back of the package. And take the roots. There's 10 in each pack, so I started off with 20. You soak them in the water as the instructions said, and let's try planting them. I will definitely spare you how I planted 20 crowns, but this is just one of them. And keep in mind, I'm holding the camera with one hand and I am planting with the other hand. So obviously not the best job of planting. The other crowns, I planted them perfectly. And basically, you want the crown to be leveled with the soil according to the directions, and the little bud has to stick out. So I followed, and let's see how it goes. So I'm going to take a step back and let you see where I planted them. I have the hay laid out, or straw, and the little black circles, that's where I planted the 20 crowns. And so there's plenty of room for them to have some breathing room before I push the straw closer. Here I'm going to take a step outside the garden, and as you could see, when my strawberries start growing, it's going to be a beautiful patch. Now, after a month, not a single plant grew. And keep in mind, I had 20 crowns. I figured maybe half of them or one or two, but not a single one of them sprouted, just like people said on the comments. And so I resorted to step two, which is you buy those little containers. So planting strawberries from the container is very easy. Dig a hole, you take that plant out of its container, play around with the roots if you want to. The roots look good on this one. And so you put it into the hole. Before you bury it, I like to soak it with water. This is very important. Let's say these containers, they're about $3 each, probably $2.88. The bag of crowns, 20 crowns, I spent about $5. So now if I bought 10 of these containers, obviously I spent almost 30 bucks. And so put the straw around the plants like I'm doing here. And this is to keep the strawberries nice and clean. And keep in mind, I'm holding the camera with one hand, so this is why it's a choppy footage. But this is how you plant strawberries from the container. And by late May, you will start getting flowers. Keep in mind the first year they harvest is much later. Next couple of years, the harvest will be earlier. So flowers is what you want. And finally, by early June, you should start getting green strawberries. By late June, all throughout July, you're going to have a lot of berries just from 10 plants. Here I like strawberries coated with sugars, and then you make your favorite breakfast pancakes with strawberry syrup. Also, other desserts, whatever you like, you can make. Also, raspberries are in season too, so we got raspberries as well. Now, unfortunately, I lost all of my summer footage about how bountiful my plants were with strawberries. However, I do have my fall footage. So these clips are all from early September. And as you can see, we still have flowers. The bees are still pollinating the plants, and strawberries are still growing. So month of June, July, August, September, all the way probably till mid-November, you're going to have plants. And so this is just fascinating how you could have strawberries all year long. Very healthy berries, delicious berries, and you could eat them pretty much all growing season. I do not pinch my plants. They recommend you pinch them the first year, so next year you can have a bountiful harvest. I don't do that. I do not put any fertilizers in my strawberry patch the first 3 years or so. But this is how it goes. Notice how the straw changed colors as well. Finally, when October hits, you know, the leaves are changing color. You got beautiful fall weather, and we have a lot of rain nowadays. So I don't water my garden, but once we step back into our garden, keep in mind this is mid-October. Look how green the plants are from all the rain we're having, and you're still having flowers and you're still having strawberries. You know, to this point, I don't even know what to do with my strawberries. So you could probably get a handful, maybe 2 cups a day. Not enough to make jelly or jams, but still, it's something you're going to eat. And this is just 10 plants. And I'm starting to replant some as well. So this is why some plants are smaller. And even in November, here we have some snow/rain mixture. Very cold outside. Obviously, these flowers will not survive. The bees are gone, so no more pollinating. And so this is when the harvest is pretty much done, mid-November. The following year, after the snow melted, so this is early April, we had a very warm spring. Obviously, you can see they're growing. I don't even think they die under the snow, so they just probably hibernate under the snow. As soon as the snow melts, you have green plants. And then you can start replanting them. So take the little seedlings, plant them, replant them so you could have bountiful harvest. Now, once again, I'm showing you some footage. This is year 2. You can see how the strawberries are just basically growing. And yes, I did some replanting, no fertilizer whatsoever. This is just natural dirt. And this is like a late May, early June. So some strawberries are beginning to turn red, but you can see how much strawberries you have. And this is just from 10 plants. And now by year 2, I probably have 50. Here, this is a picture of one of my kids. This is how much strawberries you'll get every day. And so obviously you're back to making desserts. Now I'm going to take a step back and I want you to see how they look, and notice I am replanting. So what I do is I replant. They're going to wilt a few days, but if you keep them watered, they'll recover. I will have a separate video on how to replant strawberries. But by year 2, this is late August, look how much plants I have, all from 10 plants. So invest like $40 and you can have a bountiful harvest. Next year, this is going to triple. Thank you for watching.